Hi, everybody. My name is Bree, and I am the lucky human who gets to be the executive director of Beat Children's Theater. And I am so excited to welcome you tonight to opening night of our production of the radio play Disaster. As many of you know, one of our favorite things at Beat is to share our favorite disaster stories about things that have gone wrong during productions. And that's pretty much what this entire play is just disaster after disaster after disaster, and it's hysterical. So we are thrilled to have you with us tonight. We also are thrilled to present to you our little opening night video. This is your opportunity to meet all the actors, hear them talk about their characters and their experiences with radio plays. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. We so appreciate our audiences, even our virtual audiences. You know how important it is to us when you fill seats in our shows, and filling a virtual seat means just as much. So thank you so much for being with us tonight, and we truly appreciate you, and we hope you enjoy this hysterical show.
Hi, my name is Van. I play the role of Otis Sheridan and Branford Bristow. What I like about Otis is that he's trying his best with what he's doing, but kind of tumbles out of it, doesn't do too well. And the thing that cracks me up about Branford is he fails at everything and loves popcorn, like me.
Hi, my name's Roman. I play Harlan Bean, and what cracks me up most about Harlan is that he's just so intense. Everything about him is just heavy and serious, and a lot of the time it's just heavy, angry, serious, gravelly. Like, it's just so much fun to pull out, like, everything. Just, I'm speaking from the floor. I'm picking up the earth as I speak, and just that gravelly, it's so much fun, and it's so hilarious.
My name is Eve. I am playing Trixie Flanders and Adrian Lucas, and Trixie just cracks me up in the way that she just schemes every sound effect she does to make Harlan just suffer to get him to recognize her.
My name is Addie Johnson. I'm playing Sir Brimsley Catamount, and he has to play a Southern husband and wife, and he has to get in like an argument with himself in the middle of the play.
My name is Elliot Tucker, and I am playing Furious Hamster. One of my favorite things that makes me laugh about my character is that he calls himself Furious Hamster, and that is his stage name.
Hi, my name's Chapel, and I'm playing Max, the stage manager. What cracks me up the most about Max is the fact that he's always kind of the cause or center of chaos, and he's always out of control.
Hi, my name is Finley Wittenborn, and I'm playing Samantha Powers and Maria Spumante. The thing that cracks me up about Samantha is that she has a very high-pitched voice, and she's very goofy. She's not the smartest and very funny. What cracks me up about Maria is the fact that she's so sick that I can just imagine that she has a bag of tissues following her.
My name is Kaya Tucker, and I play Josie O'Connor. My favorite thing about Josie is probably her sense of being over dramatic. I really like that because I feel like I can kind of relate to my character a bit, and I kind of see myself as Josie a little bit. So yeah, that's what I really enjoy about my character.
Hi, I'm Anna Newmeyer, and I am playing Larissa Jax. What cracks me up about Larissa is her desire to have a larger role and her barging in to play different characters.
Hi, my name is Lennon Slate. I play the role of Tanya Bristow. I think she's really funny because she wants to be really cool. She's not. She really wants to be the star of the show, but again, she's not. And she's trying so hard to just undermine everything that Harlan has worked for because she wants to be a really cool action star. And another thing that's going on with that is she really, really hates her husband. And he is a obnoxious popcorn addict which is a personality defect, but he also embarrasses her in front of her boss like a lot, and I think it's really not good for their relationship. So she's been a really fun character to play.
I like radio plays because you can really be yourself and you don't have to worry about like, oh, if I do this to try to make a sound, if it'll ruin the rest of the scene, and you can just really be yourself behind a microphone and not really care what anyone else thinks, an audience, until they hear your voice. Sir Brimsley.
Popcorn!
One thing I learned during this about comedy is that there isn't just one type of comedy, that there's multiple types of comedy. So there's like different jokes for the comedy or different types of comedy, and that's what I learned.
Adrian cracks me up when she fumbles and bumbles her scenes so much because she has horrible trouble reading cold. So just her horrible pronunciation of her words just make me laugh every single time. And I chose to do her with a Brooklyn accent, I think just because it's a little bit on the slower end and nasal, and I think matching with the reading cold and her horrible nervousness just brings it all together, and I think it's just so funny. Bang, poop, choo choo choo, bang, pow, boo. Love voice acting because you can really like develop your character and your storytelling through just your voice, and I think that's a really awesome skill to have. And I just really love trying all the different accents and tones and crazy things you get to do with your voice, and it's just been a lot of fun. I love it.
What I really like about doing radio plays is that you don't necessarily have to show your face, and well, you can eat ramen. But on top of that, you can kind of do it like pretty much anywhere, and during this global pandemic, it's really nice. But like radio plays, for me, like voice acting it, because you can't. You don't have a visual representation of your character, so you have to act it out and give the audience an accurate description via voice. So I think that's just really fun.
I like popcorn.
We are on air. We are on air. Harlan, we're on air.
The reason I love radio plays is because I get to focus on my voice and doing crazy voices, not like trying to memorize, just I get to focus on my voice and really be a different person than I am with my crazy voices.
What I learned about voice acting and participating in this performance was that you have to learn how to project different emotions, because the audience isn't going to see you acting and your movements. You have to be able to project your movements and your actions through your words and your tone and your emotion and just the way you like portray yourself is very different from normal acting. I mean, it's similar, but it's also just kind of like you kind of have to show everything. In acting, like visual acting, half of it is your actions that people see, whereas this is just your voice. So that's a pretty big difference about voice acting.
I have loved the radio plays because I feel like it gives everybody listening the chance to come up with their own imagination and their own visual on each of the characters. And I love visualizing for myself what each of the characters might be or look like. So it really gives everybody the opportunity to use their imagination even more so than they would if they were watching a show.
So Tanya's backstory, that's a fun one. She grew up in Minnesota. She went to a really small school because she grew up in a very small town. And when she was 19, she moved to Hollywood because it was her dream to be an action star. And she did get a very small role in an action film, but she was young and naive and fell for Branford and turned down the role so she could get married to him. And now they live painfully together with their cat, Mr. Boots, who she loves with all her heart. And, you know, Branford, he's kind of lazy. He eats popcorn every single night, and it's really obnoxious, but she lives with it because she's a powerful woman. She gets through. I think that comedy is really, really important. I mean, it's always been important because laughter is the best medicine, first of all, and it builds resilience for things that humans may be going through, whether it be hard or sad or difficult or any of those things. And I think we are in a time right now where a lot of things are rapidly changing and where things are going to be really hard, kind of no matter who you are. We're all going to face different challenges at some point, or we have in the past year or so. And I think that comedy is a really excellent way to express that and discuss that and maybe even relieve some of that. It's always, throughout history, there will always be some jokes about current events, and I think that we need that right now.
My name is Kim Johnson, and I am honored and lucky to have been the assistant director on this production. The thing that I love most about working with these amazingly talented actors is that they give me a chance to get away from reality and get into their amazing imaginations and listen to their just amazing story that they can tell.
I really like voice acting because I think it's a really fun way to express yourself. With in-person acting, you rely on body cues and facial cues, whereas voice acting, it's a really interesting challenge because you have to really bring everything out in your voice and the way that you speak, and I really enjoy finding ways to make myself sound as interesting or dramatic or as emotional as possible, and learning new ways to do inflections and things like that. An actor and a young person in this world, I want to personally thank Beat for providing opportunities for young people and aspiring artists and actors to have an outlet and a form of self-expression, because I think that's really important, especially for students who have been having to adapt to everything left and right. So a really big thank you to everyone in the cast and everyone directing it and putting on the show. We hope you enjoy.
I really love radio plays, and the fact that Beat has sort of thought up this incredible way to still act and be with all these wonderful people in this crazy time. And I think it's just so brilliant and wonderful, and I hope they keep doing it.
So yeah, my main inspiration behind the voice of Harlan has kind of been Brain from Pinky and the Brain and the Animaniacs. He's just got this like plotting kind of genius voice. And then I've kind of offset that with the gravelly anger of J. Jonah Jameson from Spider-Man. And so just kind of bringing that power dynamic together. You've got the plotting genius and then the angry yelling all the time. So it's just a very, very fun and interesting character to kind of mix together. Well, you say your thing first.
I think voice acting for a radio play is actually very hard because you gotta come up with a character voice like a good amount of the time instead of just moving your body like an idiot on stage, whether it's scripted or not.
I think it's a really rewarding experience because you put all this effort into making your voice into another person. Like it's one thing to like change your mannerisms on stage, and it's a completely other thing to only have the voice to focus on, and just kind of changing that to make a whole new person. So I think it's really rewarding and it's really fun, and I really encourage any of you guys to try this out because it's so much fun. All right. Yeah. Well, this radio play is about it's the story of a genius mastermind who struggles to get his work of art out into the world.
It's about a terrible artistic director who's bad at everything, but he pretends like he's so good, and everybody, whether it's to spite him or not, fails completely.
Basically, everything goes wrong. What is it like to work with my brother? Why? It's amazing. It's so much fun.
It's sometimes hard, like right now.
But we always get along.
So thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed our crazy radio play, and it's been a blast, and so I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed this video play.
Thank you so much for watching our performance. Listening to our performance. We worked really hard on it, and I'm really glad you guys were able to listen to our performance. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for listening to our radio play disaster show, and thank you.
I just wanted to take a quick moment to say thank you on behalf of all of us who are involved in the radio play, to thank Mr. Mike Flanagan, who is our audio artist and technician. He has been the one who has done all of our audio recording and editing and doing our sound effects and everything that makes our radio play a wonderful final product. We could not have done any of our radio plays during these COVID times without Mike and his support and his generosity with his time and his skills. So Mike, we really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And we can't wait to do more plays with you. We are having a blast. So thank you, thank you, thank you.